Welcome to a new week. But wait, where is everyone? Oh, I remember. Today is Yuna's big day.
Yuna, open the door, please. No, I'm scared. I don't want to do the presentation. Everyone will laugh. No, they won't. We practiced, didn't we?
The class has started now. We should probably...
Yuna, think about how brave Finja and Florin are. A presentation is nothing compared to that. Yes, but there are two of them, and you have us. Okay.
Now I have stage fright as well. But then that is completely normal. Lots of famous actors and artists also have it.
The term stage fright probably originates from the theater. The stage refers to the area on which the actors perform. The fright is the fear that most of us experience if we have to stand and speak in front of an audience.
Good morning. How nice that you are all here. And I see we have a visitor. Who are you?
My name is Robert. I am an artificial intelligence. I still have many things to learn, and I heard that one can be taught a great deal by teachers. Are teachers really so clever?
Very funny, Robert. You must have swallowed a clown.
No, I never eat breakfast. Charging my batteries is more than enough.
Well then, Robert, why don't you sit in Yuna's seat? And Yuna, you can come forward now and begin your presentation.
So today I will be giving a presentation about my favorite film. It is called Finja and Florin with the Mermaids. That is Finja. And Finja is actually an ice princess. And that is Florin. He is the Prince of Spring. The two are a couple, and that is not so easy. That's because their parents are not happy about an ice princess dating a spring prince. But that is another story. In this story, the two get to know Serena. She is a real mermaid and needs help. That's because the grumpy seaweed king Sigor has stolen the shining pearls from Serena's coral pavilion. To enable Florin and Finja to go underwater, Serena turns Finja and Florin's legs into fishtails by magic. But that's not all. The pair can also breathe and speak underwater.
What a load of nonsense! There is no such thing as magic, and mermaids definitely don't exist.
Finja and Florin need flippers because they can't swim.
Just like Yuna, she can't swim either.
Quiet, children. Yuna, continue.
Bridget, why does one have to be able to swim in order to give a presentation?
Well, I don't know.
And another thing, one can never be certain if something exists or not. 100 years ago, nobody would have believed that a journey to Mars was possible. Take me, for example. I can't swim either, but I will soon be traveling to Mars. Everything is possible. Bravery is when someone dares to do something even though he or she is afraid.
Just like Yuna.
Exactly.
Or like Finja. Anyhow, the mermaids live in a garden of pearls on the seabed. The pearls are very important to the sea dwellers because they bring light to the dark world underwater. But strange things have been happening for some time now. Whenever the sharks show up, pearls disappear. Serena has a hunch that the seaweed king Sigor is behind the disappearances. She suspects that he is stealing the pearls and taking them to his treasure cave to bring light into the darkness there. Finja sets off on her own to find out if this is true. Sharks are coming from all directions. As you can imagine, Finja is naturally very frightened. You don't play around with this type of shark.
And what happens then? Do Florin and Serena help Finya?
Elmar!
But I...
Well now, I don't want to give too much away. If you want to know the rest of the story, just watch the movie. Where can you see it? On the official Playmobil YouTube channel. That was my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Very well done, Yuna. Well, Yuna certainly did a fantastic job. Personally, I would also love to know what happens next to Serena, Finya, and Florin. Wouldn't you?
Until next week at Playmo High.
And don't forget to like.
So, do mermaids really exist? Unfortunately, I have no Wi-Fi access underwater. I really need to look into this.
What a sweet guy.
Welcome back to yet another wonderful day in Playmo City. Actually, it is rather foggy today. I can scarcely see anything. Yikes, what is that? That looks like the Playmobil pirate world. Excuse me, can anybody direct us to Playmo City? Hang on, who on earth is that?
Done. I've hidden everything. How about you?
I'm finished too. I hope the kids find all the clues and that it's not too difficult.
Of course. But the kids are smart. Anyway, it's a treasure hunt. You have to search a bit.
Ah, it's all good. We're at the Pirate Adventure Playground in Playmo City.
Aha! Out of your bunk, Sailor Lily. Get ready to board the enemy ship. Today, we're getting hold of that robot.
What did you have for breakfast? And this robot is called Robert.
Yes, that's the one. Anyway, it's these kids' birthdays, and they're doing a treasure hunt in the adventure playground. The kids are searching for clues, and the parents are getting the birthday picnic ready.
Okay, and you want to turn up as a pirate and do magic tricks?
No, when the kids are in the pirate ship, I'm going to give them such a fright that they run away. But the robot isn't that fast, so I'll grab him, and by the time the kids reach their parents, we'll be over the hills and far away.
Well, now I'm certainly curious.
Well, here's the first clue. So ahoy there, pirates.
Let me see. That's a treasure map.
It swims in water and yet isn't a fish. On its back, you'll find the next clue.
That's at the whale climbing frame.
At first glance, you could mistake whales for fish, but they are actually marine mammals. They have lungs for breathing, just like humans. Fish, on the other hand, breathe through gills. As well as that, whales don't lay eggs like fish. They give birth to fully formed young.
Cool, climbing.
Hey, they're doing a treasure hunt. Why don't we ask if we can join in?
No, you twit. Or do you want to go and play with those losers?
But why not?
Because they are totally uncool and we don't hang out with uncool kids. Do you get it? Or are you a loser too?
Aww.
I have something. It says, go to the kobold.
Look how much fun they're having. Why don't we just...
Fun. As if. Not for long, after we find the treasure before they do. I'm sure the treasure is hidden in the pirate ship.
Yeah, of course. Where else would it be? Let's go get it.
Well, I'm afraid that Darren is right for once. The treasure could really be hidden in the pirate ship. Those kids are so mean.
Hey, this is fun.
Yes, that was amazing. Thanks, Robert.
You're welcome, Mia.
I think there's another note here.
Read it out.
It's dark in here.
Pull yourself together and keep looking.
It's Bridget, Elmar, and Darren.
Why are they so scared? Oh, they're probably afraid of themselves. Who or what is that?
Hey guys, I think I found something.
Yes, we found the treasure.
Wow, nice job.
Awesome.
Well, the friends were lucky, especially Robert. But it's funny that Eddie was scared by Bridget and her friends.
Sugar and fat in everything. That's so unhealthy.
But it's yummy.
You can make an exception on birthdays. That's allowed, Robert.
Okay, I'll add that to my database. Birthdays are exceptions when one can eat unhealthy food.
Yes, it's not that easy to understand. Robert will probably have to leave his circuits running for a bit while he processes all that information. That's why I'm saying it today. Bye, see you next week, and don't forget the thumbs up.
Oh, don't ask. Just don't ask.
Welcome back to Playmo City. Just a minute. What have we now? That looks like the planet Mars? Oh, and Robert is there too. Don't tell me he's already flown to Mars.
As you have just seen, the surface of Mars is very different to Earth.
Oh, yes, I had completely forgotten. Today is the day of the class trip to the Space Center.
Hello, hello. Please excuse my late arrival. There is still so much to do before the start of our Mars mission.
No problem. Robert was kind enough to show us a film.
Yes, he really is very good at that.
Now, children, this is Mr. Parker, Lisa and Bennett's father. He works here and has generously made himself available to give us a guided tour. There is a great deal of extremely complex and expensive equipment here, so please stay together and don't touch anything.
The twins are sure to come across very well with their inventor daddy.
Wow.
Oh!
Gosh, that's so big.
Hello, children. Welcome.
This is our Mars station. It's not quite finished yet, but we'll soon be traveling to Mars. Naturally, not fully assembled, but in separate modules, which we will then send on the journey individually on board our rockets.
Together with me.
How long does it take to travel to Mars?
That's a very good question. Normally, it would take 7 months, but it could also take more than a year. That is because the distance between Mars and the Earth is not always the same. It changes from year to year.
What? That long? How do you pass the time on the rocket? It's gotta be totally boring.
It is a really long journey, but then researchers, and that is what most astronauts are, always have things to do.
We robots simply switch to standby mode. It's like sleeping with one eye open.
And what sort of food is there to eat?
That's also a very good question. It's impossible to bring all the food that is required with you, so it has to be produced on board. That's why we have this greenhouse.
Oh, vegetables. That's like being at home. Okay, then Bennett would be better off staying on planet Earth.
What's the weather like on Mars?
Well, on Mars, the weather isn't as pleasant as on Earth. Generally, it's very, very cold.
It is at least as cold as the freezer in a fridge, often much colder.
Ha! That's where this talking tin can belongs. In the fridge.
And what's so funny about that? You really are such numbskulls. Quiet.
That's why you need a spacesuit.
Even if you're just bringing out the trash?
Even then.
Gosh, how boring. Who's interested in that?
Hey, let's take a look inside there.
And is there also life on Mars?
We don't know that yet, but we'll find out.
Help!
Help!
How embarrassing. I told them not to touch anything.
Excellent. It works perfectly. Thanks to artificial intelligence, our Mars station can recognize at all times whether the persons entering are authorized or not. The facial recognition is based on an artificial Siamese neural network that starts by generating a latent feature vector, which is then compared with the registered feature vectors of our employees.
Yes, that sounds enlightening.
What Mr. Parker is trying to say is that a computer works much like the human brain. In the same way that, as little children, you learn to tell the difference between your family and friends and strangers. You can also teach artificial intelligence to do the same. I can do that too.
Mr. Parker, that's all very interesting, but could you perhaps open the door again?
Oh yes, of course, of course. Now, how did that work? Have I actually programmed the door opener yet?
I want to go home. I thought we'd never get out of there again.
Darren, just calm down for a minute. Everything is okay now.
Ah, Robert, you are the most wonderful and the kindest artificial intelligence that I know.
Well, I would have happily left them in there for longer.
I think they got a real shock.
I just didn't want those three to come along on the Mars mission.
Although I'd really like to fire them off to the moon.
The flight time is also a lot shorter. Although they wouldn't be the first to visit the moon. In 1969, the Americans were the first on the surface of the moon. And in the 80s, the Playmos were also on the moon with the Playmo space program.
Next week, we're off on a camping trip. See what happens in the next episode. Until next week at Playmo High.
Don't forget to like. Mr. Parker, I think I have started the countdown.
Let's see now. Which little robot has been playing about with the buttons here? Let's cancel that, shall we?
Phew. It all just about worked out well in the end. I'll say a quick goodbye then. Until next time.